Good morning, everybody. My name is A Weapons, Mid-Lyfe Music. Shout out to the entire LDBC. And this is actually on my Mid-Lyfe Music page today. So I want to thank everybody who came by and watched the video. To the brother that gave me a kind word on there, I really appreciate it. Salute to you. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Go to ldbcsports.com. Register, make a profile, interact with the brothers and the sisters of the LDBC. Also, go to shopfightfan.com where you can buy any LDBC merch there. And lastly, go to ticketvmedia.com where you can buy yours truly. You can buy my merch there. You can buy my 2 songs there. I hope, and God knows, let me see. And I want it to look a little better. All right, that's better. All right, I'm working on this song called Majorette. So hopefully, it's not a difficult song to do. I just haven't feel like doing it. So I'll see if I can get this done by this weekend. You know what I'm saying? So we can put another song in the store. But the 2 songs that are currently in the store now is It Doesn't Matter and That's on Gang. So whenever you go by my site, if you're not going to buy any merch, I wish you would buy merch. But if not, you know what I'm saying? Go there and pick up those 2 singles. You know what I'm saying? They're really good songs. Not just because I did them, but they're pretty good songs and they're funny. You know, they got some, some comedy to it, some drama to it. Basically me. So anyways, what I want to talk about, and this won't be a real long video, a little bit, but not really. What I want to talk about is what's the difference? And this is part of my lecture, as far as dealing with royalties, copyrights, and blah 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 blah. But this is to get a little more specific as far as business. So that's why it won't be that long. But I'm going to talk about it anyway. And plus, like Ticket said, I need to start making some videos. Now, I don't need to be making a lot, but I need to make some. So I'm going to put some on this page as well. And my urban renewal page, I hope to have finished by this weekend. Please let me have it finished by this weekend. So anyways, people always pick up a pack of Doritos. They may see a shoe like Puma or Adidas or Reebok, and right beside the logo, you'll see a tiny circle, right? And in that circle, you'll see either a TM, Timothy Mary, TM, an SM, Sam Mary. You'll see a C as in Charlie, or you'll see an R in that circle, an R as in Robert. Now, basically, what these things mean is that it means that these things are either protected by law or considered to be one's intellectual property. All right, keep that in mind, y'all. Intellectual property. It's a big word, and it means a lot when it comes to the music business. Now, we'll talk about the C first. And this is what's most, relevant for now, what's most relevant to me. The C basically means any form of media, whether it's, your part in a movie, whether it's the lines that are written in the movie, the music for the background, the music for the soundtrack, anything that you've written, drawn, thought about, as long as you've put it on paper or whatever like that, or you've put it in some type of media that can be understood, read, or listened to legibly, is considered a copyright. And that's when you'll see a C right next to it. Like, say, for example, if you got sheet music for a song, you'll see today is rainy by such and such, right? And you'll see a tiny thing, you'll see a tiny circle with a C. That means that that's considered that person's intellectual property. It's been copywritten. You cannot take it. Now, what you have to also remember is that a copyright only applies to when from the time that you send it off. Like, a lot of people say, well, everything considered a copyright. I got the session stemmed for this date. No, a copyright is considered one's intellectual property. Remember that word. It's considered one's intellectual property from the day that you send it off to be copywritten. So just remember that, because a lot of people will say, well, I'm going to do a poor man's copyright. It takes so long for you to get your money. So it's just better off that you spend your little $50 or $60. I think it's $55 to do it now. You take about 5 of your songs, because you can just do it as one songbook. You can do it that way too. Do it as a songbook, and you can do it online now. You don't have to send it to Washington, D.C. anymore. You can actually send it off as long as from the day that you send it. That's when the copyright goes into effect. Prime example, we had a neighbor that lived, on my old block, and Billy Joel, and this is just real talk, Billy Joel took his song, and I think the song was In the Middle of the Night. In the middle of the night. Na-na-na-na. Billy Joel took that song, right? Because the dude left it as a demo tape, and Billy Joel took it. So, wait a minute. I'm fucking lying. No. The Rolling Stones had taken a song from this guy, and they didn't. It wasn't nothing funny going on. They said fuck it, we took it and just paid the guy the money. So forget about that last thing I said. That was bullshit. But Billy Joel did get sued because he had took somebody's song, but that wasn't my neighbor. My neighbor around my way got paid by the Rolling Stones. So forgive me, y'all. Anyways, the point is that from the time that you send your item off as a copyright, that's when the courts look at the case. So say, for example, we'll just say, for example, what happened with Michael Bolton. And Michael Bolton is probably one of the greatest white boy R&B singers ever. The only person that I put as far as on top of the list compared to him is Michael McDonald. And Michael McDonald's black. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Michael McDonald is black. Tina Marie was black. Y'all say what y'all want. So what happened was with Michael Bolton, the Ozzy brothers had did a song called Love Is a Wonderful Thing. So when Ron Ozzy and everybody heard the song, they were like, well, that's a check. And plus he did a goddamn good job. And they looked at the credits and it said written and produced by Michael Bolton. Ron Ozzy said, nah, we ain't doing that, bro. We ain't having that. So he took Michael Bolton to court and he won. But the point is that you should always have your stuff copywritten, especially if you have it out there, because then it quickens the legal process. If you're depending on poor man copyright, if you're depending on when the song was online and how the person could get access to it and everything like that. And as a matter of fact, on YouTube, there's actually a, what's the guy's name? Adam Neely. Very, very, very in-depth discussion about this. There are 2 people who actually copywrote every single melody. Any melody that you could do, was a 3-part, a 4-part, 5-part, 6-part melody with all the notes. And they got it, and I think it's 680 trillion or something like that, and they got it on a hard drive. And what they're trying to do is get it registered so that people like God, what's the sister's name? Is it Katy Perry? The one that sing na 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 fire. Yeah, Katy Perry, and it's a couple other people that are being sued for stupid shit. Oh, that's my melody. They had no way of knowing that you wrote that song. Katy Perry don't give a damn about that. By the way, I want to fuck her too. Not as bad as God, what's the lady? What's the girl name? Not as bad as Taylor Swift, but I do want to fuck her too. But anyways, all the melodies are stored on a hard drive. And what they're trying to stop are people making copyright claims. Like, okay, now what Pharrell did with Marvin Gaye's song, that was theft. Because he was like, well, this don't sound, but the drum beat is exactly that. It's got to give it up. That's what it is. Why are you lying? Come on now. Look, that was that song. Okay? That was that song. And you should have just shared the money. You didn't have to even go to court. You could have just said, look, here. Because you knew you took that fucking song. It's like what Hammer did with Rick James with Can't Touch This. Everybody knows that Super Freak. The loop was there. Now Pharrell fucked up. You know what I'm saying? He can say what he want to say to Rick Rubin, whatever. You fucked up. Okay, you should have just gave Marvin Gaye's family and that estate, just gave them half the money. What's the problem? And I love Pharrell's music and everything, but bro, you dropped the ball on that one. All right, let me get back on topic. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to stop people from claiming copyrights because a melody sounds like another melody. Now, it's one thing if you, like I said, what Pharrell did, it's one thing if you stealing a whole song. Okay, you know what I'm saying? That's different. But, okay, it's just like, what's the sister's name? Jasmine Sullivan, right? She did a song that's got the same music that After Seven did for, not After Seven, I'm sorry, The Deal for Two Occasions, right? And everybody knows that's that song. And you know what she did? No, I'm sorry. She did a song, Ready or Not, by After Seven. I'm sorry, not Two Occasions. Ready or Not by After Seven. And I want to say this too, just before I move forward. Rest in peace and God bless to Melvin Edmonds of After Seven. Phenomenal singer. I just feel so bad. And not that his life had gotten cut short. I can't say that because he was 65 years old. But what I will say is that I wish that they could have gotten the best of Melvin. Because on that album, Timeless, you really didn't hear Melvin a lot. You heard him in the background and a couple of lead parts coming out, but you can tell that he was sickly. But I want to say to Jason, you know what I'm saying? Your father is a legend. And whatever children Melvin might have, because Melvin, he probably got more than one kid. But God bless Melvin Edmonds of After Seven. I just wanted to mention that. And an honorable mention too, God bless the dead, to Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna. God bless y'all. And my condolences goes out to all of your families. Okay. Now, I spoke briefly about copyright. And like I said, copyright deals with, looks like this video is going to be a lot longer than I thought. Copyright deals with artistic intellectual property. Now, you'll see a C there, and it deals with any media. Like, say, for example, Eyewitness News. This, you will see a C. Now, the second one that you will see, and this isn't the most common one, but a lot of times people will do it because it's not registered yet. You'll see a TM, which means trademark, and SM, which means service mark. Now, the TM deals with a product, deals with an actual product. Like, say, for example, with my sneaker that I'm working on, that I'm trying to get a deal with Pony about, there's technology that I want to put into the sneaker that's called step dry technology. Now, that's not registered yet. I'm taking a chance, but it is what it is. So what Pony would have to do, or what I would rather what I would have to do, if Pony decided that they wanted to use the step dry technology, I would get an SM, not a TM, because like the step dry technology is a service. It's not a product. It's a service. So I would have to get a service mark, and then I would have to put a request for a registration with the federal government people. And after a while, if they decide to give me the green light on it, then instead of the step dry technology would have a R with a little circle with an R in it. That means that it's considered my intellectual property and nobody can take it. If anybody makes anything similar to it, they have to pay me. Or they have to cease and desist even making it. But right now, if it has a TM or an SM next to it, which is trademark or service mark, it basically means that you don't own it. You have rights to use it, but you don't own it. Somebody else could come out with it, and that's that. You don't own it. So when you see TM, like a circle with TM inside of it, or if you see a circle with SM inside of it, that means that they have a right to use it, and they have put a claim for a registration. but it doesn't mean that they own it. It just means that they put a claim to own it. Now, the last one is the actual R. Coca-Cola, Doritos, Converse, Pony, Puma, Nike, all of them. You will see a circle to your right with the letter R written inside of it. This means that their logo, their brand, their products, anything that's their intellectual property is protected by law. That means that you can't come out with anything similar to it or anything. Your ass will have to go to court. Like if you got the Air Zooms, right? Now the Air Zooms has technology inside of the shoe. That's proprietary of Nike. So if Adidas come out there and they make the same exact product, they have to either cease or desist. Well, with Nike gonna say, nah, stop. They're not even gonna say pay us. They're just gonna say stop. Because if you pay them, they're gonna still make the same amount of money. We don't want you making the same amount of money. Stop, motherfucker. And they gotta stop. So with an R, anything that's considered intellectual property, anything that's considered to be product, service goods, anything, is protected by law and it's yours. Like when Jay-Z registered Ivy Blue, like the color Ivy Blue, that's registered. When Cameron did Cameron Pink, registered. Nobody can use that color without his consent or without paying him. So that's basically the difference between those four things. Like I said, the first one is copyright, and that deals with all media, any type of art, media, anything that's considered quote unquote intellectual property. You know what I'm saying? If it's been put on any type of paper or any type of format and can be legibly understood, that's when you get your copyright. SM means service mark. That means that anything that you use as a service, like well, we have this new way of massaging you, no homo, but we have this new way of doing this, and you get it registered. Or like what I'm using right now with my step dry technology. That's a service. So I would have an SM there. Now, if I decide to make my own sneaker and I'm using the name A Weapons and I can't get it registered just yet, but I want to let them know that I put the request in to have it registered, that's a TM. That's a trademark. This is a trademark. This trademark. You know what I'm saying? That's a trademark. Folgers, Maxwell House, Wonder. Like if you look at Wonder, you'll see a circle and you'll see an R there. But the TM means that you put in the request for it. In SM, you put the request in for to have it done. Now, the reason that you put that in is because I'd say about 75-80% of the time, you can't register it because it's too general. Like say, for example, this right here, just the A with the star in it. Can't register that. But with the A Weapons in it, and this right here with the A Weapons in it, and with the badge, I can register it. Because like it looks, it's unique enough. So a TM and an SM is temporary. That's what it basically is, a temporary mark. You put that in, you wait until the government either okays or not okay your request. And then the last one is a registration. That's the R. That means that the government has okayed it. Like say, for example, if I decide to make a whole bunch of bootleg pony shirts and pony sweatpants, which I'm going to do, but just imagine I do that. And Pony starts to get that pull like, yo, I could be in a lot of trouble. I could be in a lot of trouble. But the only time that is federal, or if you've committed a crime, is that if you take the registration off, you take the R off. Now, if you take that R off, that's a federal crime. You could do time for that. So I won't be taking off the R, but I will be using the logo. They don't want to listen, no problem. We'll do what I gotta do. All right, so that's it, y'all. I'm gonna actually come back maybe later today, maybe, and I actually want to go over. Mechanicals. I want to go over performance per diems, everything like that. I want to go over that at some point. I want to do a little more research though, because I mean I know what I know, but I don't want to just come on here and just not know what the fuck I'm talking about. So I just want to just do a little more research so I know exactly what's going on. Like, say for example, with a copyright, you know that there's two types of copyrights. There is the composition copyright, and then there's the performance copyright. Now, the performance copyright is between the record label and the artist. They give the producer usually a flat fee, but it's between the artist and the record label. The composition is between the artist and the producer. Has nothing to do with the record label. The problems that they have now is that the record label's dipping and dabbing in everything right now. And I think it's wrong for them to do that, because like the artists worked for that. You didn't work for that. The only thing you did was put them in a position. But you don't thank them by taking 75% of their publishing. That's not fair. That's not fair. You know what I'm saying? As far as the performance joint right here, yes, you have to take 75%. But as far as the composition, you're not supposed to touch that. You're not even supposed to touch it. So anyways, you're not even supposed to even touch the performance money, to be honest. And major labels should be fucking ashamed of themselves, man. You shouldn't even be touching the performance money because you haven't done any work. You shouldn't even be touching that money. I was telling MR War a few months back, because him and his wife was like, yo, you know, we split everything 50-50. I'm like, I don't take the show money. What do I need it for? And plus, it's not right to take it anyway, because that's your money. You earned it. I didn't earn anything. Only thing I might have done was put you in a position for people to hear you to go perform, but I don't want that money. I'm going to make money off your sales. I'm going to make money off of some of your like your sound recording royalties, as far as your performance per diems. That's where I'm going to make my money. I don't need your show money. You keep that. Now, if we decide to go into a venture as far as, you know, outside the music industry, then that's me. That's not A Weapons, and that's not Mid-Lyfe Music. That's Anderson Smallwood. And then we would do something that way, okay. But as far as Mid-Lyfe Music and as far as A Weapons is concerned, the only thing that I'm supposed to get paid for from that artist is promotion and marketing. Those are the only two things I'm supposed to get paid for. I'm not supposed to get paid for anything else. If a record label gets paid for anything else, don't fuck with them. They're only supposed to get paid for promotion and for oh god, yo, I'm getting old as shit. Promotion and marketing. That's it. That's it. They're not supposed to get paid for anything else. If a label tells you that they're supposed to get paid for anything else, it's highway robbery. You might as well just go and pull out the grease and the dildo and everything, because they are fucking you royally. Now, like I said with what's the brother's name? Colt Caparoon, right? He had mentioned that people want money for this and this and this. And like I explained to him, and you know, like I said, I wasn't being disrespectful, but I had to let him know he was wrong, because nowadays record labels are not going to put into anything you do unless you can prove that you can sell. You know what I'm saying? It's a double-edged sword, because I would rather have it where they did all the work and I just paid them for it. But now they're not even trying to do that, because they're not just going to throw money to the bag. They're not going to throw $8 million, $10 million like they did Trinidad James. They're not going to do no shit like that no more. They're not going to do anything like that no more. Hell no. That much money? And I mean, dude just fell the fuck off the map. But this is what happens. So I'm going to stop there. Again, shout outs to the almighty LDBC. Go to ldbcsports.com. Go to shopfightfan.com. And go to tickettvmedia.com. And like I said, this is for the Mid-Lyfe Music page. All of my tutorials on the industry and things like that will be on this page. All of my old school music, talking about old school rappers, old school R&B singers, some of the ladies in the industry who I want to fuck, all those things like that will be on my Urban Renewal page. Some of it might be on my Mid-Lyfe music page. Like, like my infatuation with Taylor Swift will be on this page. My infatuation with Katy Perry, well, not really, but if she was around, I'd fuck her. It will be on this page. So again, shout outs to the entire LDBC. I'm gonna try to have my 2 songs finished no later than this weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got them in my head. The LDBC Lady song, I know it's been 2 weeks. Well, a little over a week. It's been a week and a day. But hopefully I'll have it through by this weekend. I'll hopefully have my Urban Renewal page up by this weekend. Okay, Andrew? I'll hopefully have it up by this weekend. And hopefully, I pray that I have most of the song for Majorette, like as far as the snippet part, I'll have that done by this weekend so I can let you hear it. And then from that point, I'll send it over to Ticket and let them put it in the store. So again, shout out to the almighty LDBC. Shout out to female boxing fan. A Weapons. Peace.